Hello, audience. Welcome to another episode of Cucumber Eyes. They're too big! So, maybe talking isn't the best idea for this. Welcome to another vlog. I don't think these are going to stay on super. I know this one's going to come out late, but, expect that from me, right? Anyway, today something amazing happened. My mom, after 7 years of panic attacks, after 7 years of like panic attacks, PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, she got to drive across a bridge. Woo! She drove across the river. So that was a great accomplishment. This morning, she said she was going to go shopping, and she wanted to go to someplace in East Peoria. But that meant she had to cross the bridge, and she wasn't sure if she was going to be able to do it. So she wanted someone to come along, just in case. And I told her this, and I said, I'll admit, I want to be there for you, and yet I am also filled with mortal terror. Because, there's the distinct possibility of driving off the edge and into the water. Yeah. Which thankfully did not happen, and we stayed on the inside lanes. Which made me happy, because I didn't want to be on the outside and be closer to the water. Now, you might be wondering, why is Arianna lying here with cucumbers on her face and vlogging at the same time? Well, good viewers, I'm killing 2 stones at one time. I needed to do my vlog, and I saved some cucumber to put on my face. And I wanted to. Plus, if you think about it, it's a whole lot more fun to do. I don't even have to look at you guys. I can close my eyes and just speak out into the empty void. But unfortunately, since I can't actually see, I cannot pause the video to do my cool cuts. No, don't fall. No. So here's something, guys. I've been thinking about this. Now, this would require a bit more work on my vlogs, but how would you feel if I were to make an intro for my vlogs? Something iconic, then just my logo at the end saying Nana Studios. Well, yeah, so I hope I wasn't going like this the whole time. Oh well. So, I don't know, maybe an intro or something, that could be cool. But yeah, I want to know what you guys think, so let me know in the comments below and tell me what you think. And now that I can actually see, I will show you what I got today. Ta-da! The School for Good and Evil, The Last Ever After. The third and final book of this trilogy. I've been waiting for this to come out. I read the first 2 books and they were great. Awesome! If you haven't read them, I highly suggest that you do. In briefly shortly, I'm going to tell you what it's about. About these 2 girls, about Agatha and Sophie, and they live in this small town surrounded by woods. And in their town, they have a storybook teller, or a storybook store. And that is where all the fairy tales are. And so, like, all the kids go to read it, and all the parents read them too, because here's the twister. Children get kidnapped from this town and end up in the stories. Like Jack and the Beanstalk came from that town, or maybe he came from another town where he got kidnapped at, and so it's really cool and interesting. And so Agatha is this kind of sour loner girl who lives out in the cemetery with her mother, and Sophie is this pretty girl who knows she's gonna live happily ever after with a prince, and she's gonna be a princess, and so she wears pink and it's fluffy. And then one day, the whole town knows the guy who kidnaps the kids is coming back, and so they go to protect everybody. When two of them, when Agatha and Sophie, get kidnapped. And they get kidnapped and dragged into the fairy tale world where there are two schools. School for good, school for evil. And when they get there, Sophie is dropped into the school for evil, and Agatha is dropped into the school for good. Chaos ensues. One last thing, audience, viewers, my followers, as it were. Actually, no, I'm going to tell you the story real fast, and then I can get to that. So, I was at work yesterday, and I was helping this old elderly gentleman get his items. So, I was ringing everything up, and when we were done, I'm like, okay, have a good day. And he's like, you too, stay cool. And he turns around, he walks out the door, and here, I'm going to put this here so you can actually see what I did. Please don't judge me for this. Let's see if we can get it. Okay. He's walking out the door, he has his back turned to me, and when he is walking out, I say, stay rad, my friend. Go ahead and laugh. Go ahead, I dare you. Okay, yeah, you're laughing now. Yes, I totally did say that. And one of my coworkers came out and looked at me and he's like, what did you say? And my boss comes out, and I'm on really good terms with my boss, and he's like, what happened? And I'm like, nothing, I'm just talking cheese. And he's like, okay, you can do that with like any of the other customers, but do not ever do that with him. I'm like, oh, does he come here often? And he's like, yes, every day, 2 times a day. I'm like, oh. He's like, yes. He does not like it when people are overly friendly with him. Like, you can be polite and professional, as in, like, as a cute cashier, but don't ever do that again. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I won't. I promise. So, as my last thing, you can see behind me, I have my bucket list, but I don't really have anything to do on it right now because it can't be done until August. And so, I was wondering if you, my audience, my viewers, my followers, as it were, if you guys would like to give me some suggestions of some cool stuff to do, and put them down in the comments, and I will thinking about them. And that'd be great. Thank you, guys. Alright, audience. Fare thee well. I will see you tomorrow, and stay totally rad, man.